Hello and welcome to the Fake Sports League. 12 teams full of AI-generated players have been fighting all season long. 10 full games in the regular season, and half of them have been eliminated already. We are down to our final 6. These were the most elite teams left in the FSL, and they will go head-to-head in a single elimination bracket to determine our FSL champion. It has been a long, winding road to get here, but the path has led to this moment. This is your first postseason matchup. It will be the Sharks taking on the Dragons. Let's take a look at our bracket here. The Comets and Tide finished at the top of their conferences, and they will receive that first round bye. Today it's your 4 seed Dragons taking on the 5th seed Sharks. The winner will play the Comets on the road. Dragons here with the home field advantage being the higher seed of the two. But of course, once we get to that championship game, it will be a neutral site game. Remember, there is always a slight statistical advantage for having that home field given to the home team. As always, we will have our regulation match. Should the score remain tied, we will go into overtime. A second tie leads to a second overtime, and if we have still not concluded the match, we will go into shootouts, but more on that if we get there. This is a playoff match. There's a lot more on the line, and as such, we have added a little bit of time to each of the regulation and both overtime periods. 1 minute on the clock for regulation play in the postseason. This is the first time this season these teams will play each other, so we have no idea what to expect. All I can say is the Sharks out of the FSC had a red-hot start. They were the number 1 team in the FSL before dropping 4 losses in a row, but finished the season pretty strong with back-to-back wins. The Dragons, on the other hand, played pretty consistent all season, staying right at the top of those ISC rankings, just missing out on that first round bye to the Tide. We have yet to see these two teams together this season. We have no idea what to expect, but it is time to introduce your first round playoff teams. Starting with the Dragons. On offense, we have Francesco Sage, Christopher Shaw, and Alonzo Brill, Dwayne Wells, Tobias Fonseca, and Adrian Brown. And for the Sharks, we have Marcus Evans, Al Key, Shabang Bang Richardson III, Sol Bar, Garrett Bowers, and Archie Nelson. 1 minute on the clock, starting now. And it's Sol Bar with a defensive takeaway on the road who gets it to Marcus Evans to score the first point of the night. Right back to him, Archie Nelson to Shabang Bang Richardson III, and the Sharks are up 2-0. Make it 2-1 now as the Dragons' third offense puts it on the board, and Bro calls his number again. It's a tie game, 2-3 now, and 3-3. This is getting interesting, back and forth. The Sharks firing on all cylinders, every offensive member with a point today, but it's just Alonzo Brill for the Dragons. Sol Bar and Garrett Bowers handling their matchups as Sage and Shaw combine for 0, but Brill has 4 on the board and the game remains tied. An interesting strategy from the Dragons as they feed the hot hand at the bottom side of the screen. They like the matchup they have over Archie Nelson, and they are taking full advantage. Sharks 5-6 now with 10 seconds remaining. Sol Bar continuing to dominate the middle of the field, but the top side starting to give way as Shaw has 2 points. 2 seconds remaining. Shabang Bang Richardson III is picked off by Adrian Brown, and the would-be buzzer beater to send us to overtime is shut down. The Dragons win it at home. 2 turnovers from Dwayne Wells, a game-saving turnover from Adrian Brown. But the story of the day is a 4-point game from Alonzo Brill, number 46 out of Sunflower College. He had himself a day on the biggest stage. The Sharks' roller coaster of a season ends tonight, and it will be the Dragons out of the ISC to progress on our board. Dragons fans have to be thrilled with that, and more exciting than that, the Dragons still have more in the tank. Only 1 point from Francesco Sage. They're a 2-time All-Star on offense. They know they have a better performance saved up for the next round, and they're going to need it. They're taking on the number 1 team in the FSL. It will be the Comets on the road next. But take in the victory today, Dragons fans. Make sure you tune into the Discord because you only have 1 more game that with a win would send you to the FSL Finals for the first time in program history. Knights and Dragons up next tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you tune in. It's going to be a good one. Thank you all for coming out to this first performance of the postseason, and we'll catch you on the next one. This has been an official broadcast of the FSL.